Well, nice to have you back here in this new video. Today, let's talk about the THETA X with brand new firmware upgrade 2.61.0. I mean the HDR-DNG format has been spotted on this dual fisheye structure compact slim 11K 360 camera. I am so excited about THETA X. At the same time, I feel a little bit pity about THETA Z1 because adding the support for the HDR-DNG format, something like could never happen on THETA X because during the very beginning, at the very beginning of the THETA X, both the engineer from THETA and the marketing team from THETA, they all claim that the THETA X was not designed to capture raw DNG format because it's not designed for pro photographers. After 2 years, with the firmware 2.61.0, HDR-DNG has come to THETA X, which probably remarks the end of THETA Z1 and probably remarks the end of the THETA Z product line. We will never be THETA Z2 in the market in the future. Because you can achieve a lot. You can achieve a lot more with THETA X. So in this video, we're going to cover everything that I have learned after the firmware upgrade on THETA X. I will explain to you how it works, some tips and tricks, how to capture the HDR-DNG in real world. I will also explore the ultimate capability behind the THETA X on HDR-DNG. For raw capture, the THETA X is only capable to capture 10-bit color depths. It's not 12 color depths, and I wonder the real quality from HDR-DNG. Now let's get started, and first let's take a brief look at the THETA X after firmware 2.61.0. Now from the top to bottom, you can notice that this is my THETA X. It looks pretty identical from the interface, but it's been completely redesigned. And you also have the transfer file option. You can automatically transfer the photo videos from internal memory to the external SD card. Well, this is where I have inserted my external SD card on the side. This is a great option, and I do hope Kendall should catch up with a similar solution to transfer the file from internal Android operating system to the micro SD card. And you can format internal memory or the memory card. And yes, the camera information. Something, the serial number 2.61.0, the cloud sync, the IP address, the MAC address, and the Bluetooth address. Something that has been redesigned, right? And you can cloud mode. You can just add the network. You can now use QR code. Use QR code to scan the QR code to automatically join the Wi-Fi network. With 2.61.0, scroll from right to left, the HDR-DNG plugin has been installed by default. Here is a similar interface. Well, tap this button, you can scroll from the live preview or turn it off. 11K or 5.5K. 11K was a full sensor readout from that quad pair sensor. And 5.5K was a pixel readout as a large pixel, like 4 pixel to compose to the large pixel. It's more sensitive to light. But if you put your camera on a tripod, never mind, 11K. For countdown, only one option, 5 seconds. I wish we have 10 seconds countdown. And the RAW Plus and RAW. So what is the differences in between the RAW Plus and RAW? The RAW Plus is not Kendall RAW Plus. RAW indicates that capture in HDR-DNG. RAW Plus will capture a RAW plus a JPEG file. We save a HDR-DNG file in 16-bit flow, as well as a 11K JPEG file to stage and level up directly in the camera. So, for faster workflow, you can directly copy and paste the JPEG file and you are ready to go. For HDR-DNG, you can further optimize in post-production and stage with the latest RICOH THETA Stitcher 2.20.0. That is the differences in between RAW plus and RAW. But more importantly, capture in RAW plus, right? If you exit the plugin, you are able to browse the image to capture in HDR in the gallery session. So this is how it works, and I will show you more in the live session. Long press to exit. Scroll from left to right. This is the photo being captured with the HDR-DNG plugin. I mean, you can tap, you can view the JPEG file. It will build with high quality and yes, a lot of exciting detail in the highlight as well as shadow. It's around 9 o'clock p.m. I'm going to take out my THETA X, take some outdoors low light scenario with the brand new HDR-DNG. And in this extreme shooting situation, I will also share with you the screen share because I'm going to use my phone. It's a web-based user interface to wirelessly remote and control my THETA X with QR code. So you're going to learn a lot in the real world in this challenge situation. Now let's get started. Okay, this is my screen share on my THETA X. As I power on this camera, and let's take a look. Scroll from right to left, and you'll later notice tap the HDR-DNG. Now you are actually in the plugin, and if you long press the mode button on the side, you can exit the plugin, right? And if you, like me, long press the mode button, you are also able to launch the plugin directly on the go. So this is a basic interface. For the first moment, you can connect. Tap this button. You can connect the Wi-Fi hotspot. I have already connected with my THETA X. Later, in the scanning QR code, as you can see, notice that there's a new button side. Tap. You can directly scan the QR code. And now you are in this live preview. I mean, it's a live preview. And you can notice you can tap to see the interaction with your environment. And tap, you can close these buttons. And on the top, you can see the remain battery life. And tap, you can change the resolution, RAW or RAW plus. Because I am now capture with with a wireless remote control, so I can stand, I can try to hide myself in the center, and I'm now standing around 10 meters away. Tap, take this picture. You're gonna hear this indication sound for the THETA X capturing now. Take a look. It does take a long time to capture in such challenge situation because it's a low light with an ISO around 100, so it takes quite a long time. Long is for a capture, is for a shot in bracket. Now the shot has been done because now it's been connected. Okay, this is the capture number 1. Just remember to capture in RAW plus JPEG, and 5-second countdown. You can directly capture. Okay, just notice the THETA X will shut down all the light and the screen during long exposure shot to guarantee that you will not come across with any light pollution generated by the camera itself. So the shot has been done, and exit the plugin. Exit the plugin, and we exit the plugin in the gallery session. You will notice the brand new photos. Yes, take a look. This is a shot being captured with the camera. Take a look. Pretty awesome. And the ISO 200. You know what, ISO 200. This is a shot. ISO 200 2-second exposure. This is a shot being captured in a super dark in the super dark situation. Back on my MacBook Pro, I'll show you the desktop workflow. Here's some preparations you need. You need first install the latest RICOH THETA Stitcher 2.0, and I suggest you install the latest Adobe Camera Raw, or the latest Adobe Lightroom, or the Adobe Creators Suite. I mean, this is a test footage being captured with the THETA X with the HDR-DNG plugin. As you can see, I normally choose RAW Plus, so I end up with HDR.DNG as well as a JPEG file. Take a look. This is the final image. There's some image being captured with the camera. So the HDR-DNG is gonna be saved as an on-stitch dual fisheye raw image. I mean, notice the bit depth is 16. Pretty awesome, right? And the JPEG file has been pre-stitched and level up directly in the camera. Just take a look. I mean, this is the quality within the camera is already stunning, right? It's already stunning. But with HDR-DNG, you end up with even better imaging quality compared with this one. I mean, this one is definitely usable. Such amazing quality, but you lose some detail in the dark shadow areas. This is a raw, and this is a raw file. And here are more files. This is the JPEG files. Take a look. A great dynamic range. And this is on-stitch raw file. On-stitch raw file. JPEG. On-stitch raw. JPEG. Take a look. It's stunning, right? This is the quality you get directly in the camera. This is on-stitch edition. This is the on-stitch edition, the raw, and the JPEG. Raw, JPEG. Raw, JPEG. Take a look. The quality is just stunning. And you know, I've been captured this shot in the windy situation. Let's take a further look at the export settings. This one will be shot as a f2.4, 1.6 second with ISO 50. Right? It's gonna be captured with ISO 64 at 2 seconds. And these shots being captured in super dark areas. The limit for the auto exposure is ISO 200 at 2.0 second. So in such challenge situation, in such low line situation, you know, THETA X with HDR-DNG is not that powerful. I mean, due to the sensor size, probably it's not a great choice to use THETA X to capture in so dark areas. But I suggest that the HDR-DNG software, you know, should unlock the exposure lock for the upper limit. I wish to have 10-second exposure in ISO 200 as upper limit. Let's take a look at this picture. Open camera raw. Looks like it's very dark, right? But it capture a lot of detail in the highlight. Tab auto. Boom. You bring back all the detail from the dark shadow areas. That is the magic of HDR-DNG. But you should notice that it is a little bit noisy because it is a 4-shot synthesizing pipeline, and it's a half-inch image sensor. So, I mean, the THETA X struggled a little bit in this situation. But HDR-DNG unlocks such great detail, I feel surprised. As you can see, it's a long exposure shot. It's a 1.60 second exposure with ISO 50. Just look at the beautiful sunset, the bridge above my head. And I use a 3 meters long selfie stick. THETA X did struggle a little bit in this. It is the photographer, you know. Next up, I will show you something great.
because in Adobe Camera Raw, you can further denoise this raw file. Just tap, hit on Enhance. I mean, for these files, Adobe Camera Raw can help you further denoise with AI to enhance this image. And you can even turn off the denoise, because I normally feel like that Adobe Camera Raw can tend to add a more gray, or the greenish look. I mean, something that is not great. So with AI enhance, it's not a great option, right? So to further optimize this imaging quality, you can rely on the denoise, noise reduction. You just cannot use AI. Just use the luminance denoise. Add a little bit color denoise. And that's it. This is gonna get from the Adobe Camera Raw. So just take a look at, this is before, it's after. This is before, it's after. Before and after, before and after. Just save as a original JPEG. Select the file, staging settings. Okay, and it's been stitched. So we can make a before and after comparison. This is a JPEG file straight out from the camera. So this is before. This is after. Before and after. So compared to the JPEG, now we have more detail in the sunset areas. It's more colorful. It's more vivid. At the same time, we unlock a lot of exciting detail from the dark. Take a look. We can even see the shadows for the motorcycles and the bicycles on the ground. But for JPEG, But to be honest, the human eyes perceive the whole environment more like the JPEG inside the camera. Next up, let's take a look at some interior shots. Take a look at this one. I've been captured with a 0.3 second and ISO 16:4, and this one. For this one, I use the pole. The extent to elevate my camera in the air and capture the shots. The result directly from the camera looks very promising. Let's take a look what we can get from the raw file. Hit on auto settings. Burn back more highlight. Just take a look at these details. It's pretty stunning. Try to not use sharpening, add some luminance. So you do have a little bit more light. You end up with a much higher imaging quality. Just save as a JPEG file and hit on done. And go to Stitcher. Hit on this 162 raw file. For the RICOH Stitcher, now it's about batch processing. So if you shoot commercially, you use a batch stitching. But for demonstration purposes, I use step by step to show you all the detail. This is a shot from the camera. This is a shot from the HDR-DNG. Just take a look. We bring back more the purple color from the environment, more purple, right? It's a little bit more saturated, and it is the photo comes with more detail. That is the magic for HDR-DNG. So I assume that you end up with a much higher imaging quality in the virtual tour shooting scenarios. Let's try to take a look at something extremely dark, shooting extremely dark. Take a look at this shot. Oh, I would love to see this shot. Let me capture. I use my Pocket 3 to capture some behind the scenes. Click on auto. I mean, in this situation, considering you only have 2-second exposure, so the THETA X struggles a lot. So the imaging quality is not that awesome. It's quite noisy. Let's try to take a look at enhance. I'm going to use AI to further enhance the image, but it add more green color. So you just cannot use AI. I mean, this time you can only rely on the luminance denoise and color denoise. So this is all what we can do for this shot. So the conclusion is pretty obvious that the capture super dark situation with THETA X with HDR-DNG was not a clever choice. And also in some mixed light situation like this one, also looks very promising. Let me take a look at the raw file. You can bring back a lot more exciting detail from the dark and shadow areas. This is something great. So it's a quick demo for you guys, and coming next, just show you the imaging gallery capture with the HDR-DNG for you guys.
Well, I think it's time to give you a brief wrap up on the HDR-DNG plugin as well as the firmware 2.61.0 on THETA X. Well, the design to be very simple and intuitive, that finally squeeze out the ultimate quality for the THETA X. Well, you can further optimize in the quality with HDR format in 16-bit float. I mean, in the Adobe Camera Raw or Lightroom, you can color correct color grading to bring back more detail on the basis of a single raw. This is so exciting. With 10-bit color depths, it's amazing to see you can capture such imaging quality with THETA X. And yes, the web-based user interface is a clever situation because you don't have to develop the Android or iPhone app for this plugin, just like your Hirota. The web-based interface is also intuitive and efficient. Well, just want to give a sum up for the RICOH engineers. And also I feel sad about Z1 because I mean the THETA Z1 is probably going to be the end of the Z product line, which presume for the ultimate quality. If you are existing THETA X users, just remember to update firmware and try out the HDR-DNG. And we've also been looking forward to the next 360 camera designed and manufactured by RICOH. Perhaps Z2 or the X Mark II or maybe SC Mark III. And if you found this video helpful, please don't forget to thumb up, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Anyway, a big shout out for the RICOH THETA team behind the scenes. Talk to you soon. See you next time. Bye.